Aecosim Building Designer test 11. This test will use Sketchup Model. I previously from import option and use Sketchup Model, bring it into the Aecosim Building Designer, and now we could test both IFC export and also DWG export. So I select this footing and I have assigned that as a structural foundation as a footing, and we also can assign some of the elements. For example, this truss, I have set this as IFC member. Of course we can I think from the layer selection here, element type, element class, level, from level, I think if we select something something like this is levels filter. So if I select them to, there are so many layers. So annotations we are ignoring, but let's say the layers from SketchUp model, we could there's nothing I can, these are all the standard layers, so it's for sure there is something, but I just cannot figure it out which element and which. So if I select, then the layer name is default. So everything default, we can probably default. Where's default? Default. No, there is nothing. I'm not too sure how this selection mode really works in Aecosim Building Designer, and nevertheless, I'm going to assign one more time that element here as IFC. Let's say framing, timber framing as stud, main stud. Apply. So that's applied to the stud element. Now I'm going to export this IFC file, export as an IFC, export, and the test 6 file. And let's see in Solibri how it looks like. I'm going to open new Solibri model viewer, and in the meantime I'll also export this file format as other CAD format instead of IFC. Export. Let's see what format we can try. FX types, common 3D file types. We can export back to SketchUp file. Perhaps common type DWG. I think DWG is most common CAD file format we can export. So I'm going to choose DWG file and export to here, test DWG timber structure. Okay. In Solibri now I'm going to open that IFC file we just exported from Aecosim. Okay, looks quite good. All the elements as if they are correctly input, and in the category, yeah, footing is correctly assigned. Member as I assigned, so the start came as IFC member in this case. And okay, and then it's segmented from member and it has the subcategories of. So this is structural timber stud. That's main stud, and then we have IFC member that I used it. And if we make them all show correctly, okay, which is really nice. And now I'm going to open DWG file in Rhino to see how well it's exported out of this SketchUp model. Yeah, it's quite not too bad. I'm the way Aecosim produce the drawing, I'm quite convincing, and I can make floor plan, right? Out of the test 1 to 50, and let's see how the floor plan looks like in Aecosim. Yeah, Rhino is opening. Where is the floor plan? I want to see floor plan. By user definition, I don't know. Okay. Not quite sure where the floor plan is, but probably I'll draw section and still not quite used to see. And how can I go to section? Double click or I don't know. So you go section view, doesn't show section call out. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not my. I was just waiting for Rhino to be open. So now let's import that CAD file I exported from Aecosim. So original model was SketchUp, and now we have CAD file out of that Sketchup model from Aecosim Building Designer, and I'm going to just import into Rhino, and the geometry looks good. Yeah, so the layers, I assume it came correctly from original SketchUp layer system. And also the geometry is they came as a block instance, but I think if I explore them, then because original SketchUp model must be mesh geometry, so it came as a mesh geometry in Rhino. So the interpolation between Aecosim and DWG also works quite well.